Hello there, my name is Richard McMahon from the interview training website, passmyinterview.com, and in this tutorial I will teach you how to pass a first-time supervisor interview. So if you are applying for your first ever supervisor position and you want to pass your interview at the first attempt, make sure you stay tuned because I promise to help you be the standout candidate. And to achieve that goal, this is what I will cover in this training video. Number one, I will give you a list of first-time supervisor interview questions I recommend you prepare for. Number two, I will give you two very important tips for answering each interview question correctly if you have no previous experience as a supervisor. Number three, I will then give you an example answer to each supervisor interview question that is perfect for first-time supervisors. And then finally, number four, I will tell you where you can instantly download my 21 first-time supervisor interview questions and top scoring answers in a PDF guide. And just very quickly, if you are new to this channel, please make sure you hit that subscribe button. It's important. Literally thousands of you are passing your job interviews at the first attempt. I can only help you if you are subscribed, and please give the video a like, give it a thumbs up. That tells me you find these tutorials useful, and it also motivates me to create more content for you. Thank you very much indeed. Okay, let's get straight into the tutorial. And the first interview question I recommend you prepare for is, tell me about yourself. Here's the first tip. So this will be the first supervisor interview question you will have to answer. Talk about the skills you have and what you have been doing to prepare for the position of a supervisor. Tip number two. Now, I recommend you practice your answer several times before your interview because this will help increase your confidence levels and it will put you across as a confident and articulate communicator. Also, mention the fact you have been observing other supervisors and managers to learn more about the role and what is required. So here's my top scoring answer to help you pass your supervisor interview. Tell me about yourself. Here we go. Thank you for the opportunity to be interviewed for this supervisor position with your organization. I would describe myself as a confident, commercially focused and positive person with the skills, qualities and traits to become a competent and effective supervisor. In recent years, I have observed many supervisors and managers and read numerous leadership books to prepare for this important position. In my last job, I shadowed my supervisor to understand what was expected in the role, and I also led successfully on numerous projects. My natural organisational planning and leadership skills make me a strong candidate. Although this will be my first ever supervisor position, I am confident I can help you achieve your commercial and operational goals. I assure you everything I do as your supervisor will be focused on the company's core objectives and getting the most from my team. That is a brilliant answer to that first supervisor interview question. Tell me about yourself if you have no previous experience of working as a supervisor. Now you can either pause this video if you want to and take a note of the questions and answers as we work through them together, or if you wait, I will soon tell you where you can instantly download my full set of 21 first-time supervisor interview questions and top scoring answers. Here's the second question. Why do you want to be a supervisor? Tip number one. This next question will come up during your supervisor interview. It is assessing your motivations for wanting the position. Tip number two, do not mention the salary in your answer. Instead, focus on how you are attracted to the level of responsibility that comes with the position and how the role is a natural progression in your own career development. Here's my top scoring response to help you. Why do you want to be a supervisor? I want to be a supervisor because I will thrive on the responsibility that comes with the role. I also want to be a supervisor because for several years now, I have been preparing for the position. In my last job, I took responsibility for training and coaching new team members, and I realized then I had the qualities needed to be a supervisor. Becoming a supervisor is a natural progression based on my experience, knowledge, and ambitious nature. Another perfect answer that will help you pass your first time supervisor interview. Now, don't go anywhere because I still have many more questions and answers to give you. But when you're ready, you can click that link in the top right hand corner of the video, head straight through to my website, passmyinterview.com, and you can instantly download these slides plus my full set of 21 first time supervisor interview questions and top scoring answers in a PDF guide. Here's the next question. What are the most important skills and qualities needed to be a supervisor? Now, before your supervisor interview, make sure you take the time to read the job description. This is important. By reading the job description, it will give you an indication as to what they want to hear in your answer. Tip number 2, make sure you mention leadership skills, commercial awareness, conflict management capabilities, and relationship building qualities in your response. Here's my top scoring answer to assist you. What are the most important skills and qualities needed to be a supervisor? Here we go. The main skills and qualities required to be a competent and effective supervisor include leadership, decision-making, and time management capabilities. A supervisor must lead, motivate, and direct teams of people, make important decisions that are in the best interests of the business, and keep a close eye on time to ensure deadlines are met. Supervisors also require commercial awareness, which is an understanding of how a business is run. They must be strong communicators, negotiators, and influencers, and solve challenging problems whenever they occur. Finally, a supervisor needs conflict management capabilities, strategic thinking skills, and relationship building qualities. That is a top scoring answer that's going to help you beat the competition at your first time supervisor interview. Here is the next question. What is the role of a supervisor? Wow, this is a tough one. So this question is tougher than it looks to answer. Ask most people this question and they will really struggle to answer it correctly. Now, the main role of a supervisor is to manage the workflow of a team. In your response, make sure you mention creating work schedules and directing the team towards achieving the company's goals. Here's my top scoring response to assist you. What is the role of a supervisor? The role of a supervisor is to manage the workflow of teams. They are responsible for creating work schedules, achieving deadlines, training and mentoring, and overseeing tasks and projects to ensure the organization achieves its short, medium, and long-term goals. Supervisors are managers and leaders, and they are directly responsible to the senior management team. That's a short, concise, but confident answer that shows you are fully aware of your role as a supervisor. It's a harder question than it looks to answer. Here's the next question I want you to prepare for. This is another really difficult one that catches a lot of people out and they end up failing their interviews. What would you do in the first 30 days of starting work as a supervisor? Tip number 1. So this is another difficult supervisor interview question to answer. If you don't give a confident and direct response that shows you are fully prepared, you could end up failing your interview. Tip number 2, make sure you have a plan of action in place of what you will do in the role once you start work as a first-time supervisor. Here's a brilliant response to help you. What would you do in the first 30 days of starting work as a supervisor? I would do 3 things within 30 days of starting work as a new supervisor. First, I will obtain a clear brief from my senior managers and the company directors to understand exactly how I can help the company meet its goals and targets in my role as supervisor. Second, I would get to know my team. I would perform appraisals with each staff member to determine how they contribute to the team and the wider organizational objectives within their jobs. Finally, I would brief the team fully on my expectations regarding the performance I expect and reiterate the goals and targets we will all be working towards. It would then be my task to supervise, lead, and motivate the team moving forward. That's a really good answer. Now, there is another question they could ask you. at your first time supervisor interview. And that would be, what would you do in the first 30, 60 and 90 days of starting work as a supervisor? Now that's obviously a much tougher one to answer, but to help you, I have created a ready-made action plan. If you want to download this action plan, take it with you to your first time supervisor interview and hand it to them in response to that question. Click that link in the top right-hand corner of the video when you're ready, and you can download a copy of the 30, 60 and 90-day plan for supervisors and managers. Here's the next question. How would you deal with conflict between two members of your team? This is another difficult one. It's called a hypothetical interview question. Tip 1. This question can really only be answered in one way, by saying you would take action to resolve the conflict immediately. In your answer, show an understanding of what would happen if you failed to resolve the conflict quickly and the impact it would have on the rest of the team. Here's my top scoring response. How would you deal with conflict between two members of your team as a supervisor? I would deal with any form of conflict immediately by establishing the main cause and then directing the team members how they should resolve it. Having said that, sometimes as a supervisor, just by letting the team members know you are aware of the conflict is enough for them to take steps to resolve it themselves. If they were unable to resolve the conflict, I would make a decision as to how it should be resolved. If you ignore conflict as a supervisor, it gives the impression to the other team members that you don't have the confidence to deal with it, but I would never allow that to happen. That's a really good answer, another top scoring answer that will help you pass your first time supervisor interview at the first attempt. Here's the next question. Why should we hire you as a supervisor when you have no experience? This is a valid question. Why should they take you on in the role when you have no previous experience? Here's how to answer it. Tip 1. This question must be answered confidently. Focus on your strengths, what you have been doing to prepare, and the self-development work you have undertaken in preparation for becoming a supervisor. They will ask all candidates this same question, so be sure to practice your answer several times before your interview so it comes across confidently. Here's my scripted answer to help you. Why should we hire you as a supervisor when you have no experience? You should hire me because the skills, qualities and knowledge I already possess mean I have the potential to be a great supervisor and leader. I am a confident person who has already shown resilience in previous non-management positions. I have spent time observing supervisors to learn how they lead, and I have studied various online videos and courses to learn more about how to be a competent supervisor for an organization. I am hungry to learn, will absorb as much information and training as possible, and do all I can to ensure your business continually succeeds and maintains its position as a market leader. There you go. Brilliant answer. That will score very highly during your first time supervisor interview. Now, the next thing to do is click that link right now in the top right-hand corner of the video. You should click that link for 2 reasons. First of all, you can download my full set of 21 first-time supervisor interview questions and top scoring answers in a PDF guide. It includes the answers we have just worked through together today, plus additional ones. It's a great resource. You can have it in your inbox literally within 2 minutes from now because it's a PDF guide. And the second reason why you should click that link is because on that page, I have given you 3 smart questions to ask at the end of your supervisor interview. At the end of your interview, they will say, do you have any questions for us? There's 3 questions you should ask. I have given you those questions on that page. Make sure you check it out. Also, make sure you subscribe to this channel. Thousands of you are passing your interviews at the first attempt. I can only help you if you are subscribed. Give the video a like, give it a thumbs up. That motivates me to create more free content for you. And also, don't forget to connect with me on LinkedIn. I have put my LinkedIn link in the description below the video. It's always a pleasure and an honor to connect with like-minded professionals such as yourself. Thank you for watching, and I wish you all the best for passing your first time supervisor interview. Have a wonderful day.